My name is Katie Aldridge, and I'm going to be doing my persuasive speech today. This is my audience. Y'all hold up a number. And then my mama behind the camera. Okay, now we're going to be talking about abortion. The WomenCenter.com reports that 22% of all pregnancies end in abortion. And because that number is so high, it doesn't sit with me at all. Abortion doesn't fix one problem at all. It only creates more problems, in my opinion, and people need to know that. Abortion causes a lot of physical problems. A lot of women report physical side effects after they have abortion, and a lot of these side effects are, this is from AmericanPregnancy.org. These are the mild symptoms that can occur up to 4 weeks after an abortion. They're cramps, abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, or spotting or bleeding afterwards. And there's a lot more major risk involved, physical risk involved, and this also came from AmericanPregnancy.org. Persistent bleeding, infection, damage to your cervix, damage to the uterus, damage to other organs, or even death. 600,000 maternal deaths happen every year from a botched abortion. That came from WomenCenter.com. Abortion can cause a lot of emotional problems too, because in my opinion it is murder, and I don't know, it's just, knowing that you murdered your child can have an effect on you. Women leave with severe emotional trauma afterwards. Not everybody does that, but most people do. The only positive side effect, or the only positive emotion that comes after an abortion is relief. And that doesn't seem very positive to me at all. That came from abortionfacts.com. Things like emotional paralysis or even post-abortion numbness is common. And that just means that these women pretty much just lose contact with their emotions completely. Like, they don't really know how to feel. They're just completely numb. 40 to 60% experience negative reactions. 36% experienced sleep disturbances and nightmares. And 31% actually regretted their decision of aborting their baby. Some find it hard to engage in sexual activity afterwards also because, it's a very emotional thing, and that doesn't seem as satisfying, or it's painful due to the abortion. That also came from abortionfacts.com. Some also long to be pregnant again to make up for getting rid of that baby, but they usually end up aborting that baby too because they feel like it's a betrayal to the baby that they aborted if they have another one. There's also a feeling of self-hatred that comes over a woman after they have an abortion, and they turn to things like alcohol and drugs to fill that void sometimes, and it just makes it worse. And it has led to suicide before, and then that's just what's even worse. Abortion can cause physical problems, financial problems also. A lot of women turn to abortion because they feel like that they can't give the baby the life that they deserve because they can't afford it. Single moms, this is a statistic, this came from babycenter.com. Single moms making under $60,000 a year, it costs $250,000 to raise a child from birth to 18 years. And I just think that's a huge amount of money. I never realized that we were that expensive. Some go into debt due to the cost of an abortion also. It's kind of the other perspective of this financial issue. Poor women in other countries have abortions done illegally because they can't afford them. And these illegal abortions, because they're cheaper, they also come with a lot higher physical risk. This is another statistic from WomenCenter.com. 1 woman dies every 7 minutes due to an unsafe illegal abortion here and in other countries. An early first trimester abortion costs between $350 and $500. That came from lifenews.com. I thought that was a little bit cheaper than I imagined. But after 20 weeks, they're over $1,000. And that's a lot more expensive, probably because the baby's a lot bigger and it's awful. But also travel costs are involved and follow-up appointments because there's not a lot of abortion centers here or anywhere around here, so you'd have to travel and pay for hotel fees and all that good stuff and follow-up appointments after. Abortion also causes moral problems, a lot of moral problems. The controversy about it is it's murder versus choice of the pregnant woman, and I believe it's murder in my opinion. But there's a lot of Bible verses that prove that conception and growth of a child is not an accidental scientific thing. It's an act of God himself. It's a work of God, and what God creates, man does not separate. Jeremiah 1:5 says, "Before I formed you in the belly, I knew you, and before you came forth out of the womb, I sanctified you, and I ordained you a prophet to the nations." And another one of my favorite verses, is Psalm 139:14. It says, "For I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and I know that full and well." So, how can we solve this problem? In my opinion, adoption should be made a lot more of an option to moms that are considering an abortion. There's up to 36 couples waiting for every one baby that's placed for an adoption. That came from lifenews.com. So if everybody who was having an abortion gave their baby up for adoption, like I said, it'd be a win-win situation. And everybody's alive and well. So in closing, abortion does cause physical, emotional, financial, and moral problems, and it does not fix a problem at all, ever. So if you're a friend or struggling with abortion, find a clinic for adoption and let the baby live. Someone can give the baby a life that you can't. Don't be selfish with your gift to carry a child, because there are people in this world who can't. And it's not hurting you at all to give a couple the gift that they've been longing for forever. I'm going to show my visual aid right quick. This, I don't know if you can see it now or not, but it says abortion is physically, emotionally, financially, and morally wrong. This was my picture for emotional trauma after, and then this was my picture for physical. These little sayings, I found, this is my financial, by the way, it's kind of self-explanatory, but I love these little sayings about the moral issue. This says that we protect rainforests, whales, trees, bald eagles, but there's a question mark on unborn babies. That doesn't make sense to me. This one says, I've noticed that everyone who is for abortion has already been born. It's kind of a slap in the face, too. This one says, abortion doesn't make you unpregnant, it makes you the mother of a dead baby. And this is just a picture of kind of the controversy that's going on right now, the protests and stuff. There's one sign that says, keep abortion safe and legal, and this one says, face it, abortion kills a person. And then this is a precious baby before it's born. So anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. This is my audience again. And thank you very much.